CNN is continuing to hold, I think, bi-monthly focus groups with voters across the country, trying to get inside their heads, ahead of the 2024 election. And this week, they held a focus group with 7 undecided women voters from the state of North Carolina, 2 of whom, and this is very relevant, had voted for Donald Trump in the past, but now they say, I'm not so sure about it. And overall, this 7-panel member focus group had nothing kind at all to say about Donald Trump. One woman said, quote, "He completely sees himself as Teflon, and I'm really nervous that he's starting to look like he's right." So they don't like the fact that this guy seems to get away with everything. This woman doesn't. Another one said, "How many times can you say it's a witch hunt? I'm personally tired of hearing it." And then the moderator, I guess, of this focus group, CNN reporter Randy Kay, she asked the group, she says, "So prosecutors say that Trump has violated his gag order, attacking the prosecutors, witnesses, jurors. Does any of this surprise you?" First woman says, "This person has something more powerful than money. He has an audience. He has a rabid audience that is very willing to do whatever they want. So then, does even $1,000 per violation or, going to jail for any period of time, is that enough given his influence?" Another woman chimes in and says, "He's going to have to go to solitary because Secret Service cannot protect him in general population." Then a third woman jumps in and says, "I don't care. Put him under the jail. We do not shrink from putting other inmates in solitary confinement. Put him there and shut up. He can talk to the walls. He can talk to the rats. I don't care." So, again, Randy Kay, who conducted this focus group, she came back later on Anderson Cooper and she said, "You could hear how really disgusted they are with Donald Trump, and there were 2 women in our group who had voted for Donald Trump, so they're undecided, but certainly very turned off by Donald Trump and very concerned about what might happen in this trial." Here's why I love this so much. Again, this is a 7-person focus group from one state. It is not representative of the entire country. However, it kind of is, right? Because we do see Donald Trump continuing to struggle with that demographic, right? Women voters. Women voters are not fond of Donald Trump. They weren't in 2020, and they're certainly not in 2024. If President Biden does win the election this year, it's going to be because of women voters. I mean, there's a good argument that if the youth voters do show up, they could also save him. But right now, youth voters not exactly enthusiastic about this year's election. So it's gonna be those suburban female voters who end up determining who is president for the next 4 years after this year. And if they continuously get turned off by Donald Trump, then that's very bad for the former president, right? That doesn't bode well for his chances in November. But more importantly, this focus group was conducted before we got to the real affair information in this criminal trial. And I'm willing to bet that that information, once all of it comes out during this trial, is probably not going to sit well with that particular demographic. So as bad as things are for Donald Trump right now with women voters, they're probably going to get much worse in the coming weeks.